Hey everybody, it's Professor Snart here. Okay, so I'm recording this at just before noon on Thursday. Thursday being the due date for Unit 4 that we're in right now, the kind of focus of which was us looking at the Yellow Wallpaper, the short story, in its a digital reproduction of its original publication, and then of course as it exists in our textbook. A few of you a few days ago contacted me a little frustrated or not sure if you were going down the right track, trying to look for, and again I kind of mentioned this specifically, so make sure you're reading assignment details carefully, kind of looking for like major text differences, like there was a paragraph missing or lines were completely different or words were changed or whatever between the two versions. And as I said in the assignment, that's not really the kind of differences we're looking for. The differences we're looking for are much more nuanced. And even the pictures or the images I provide in the assignment detail kind of give away some of what you're looking for. And maybe you thought those weren't significant enough, but they are, especially when we take them as a greater whole. Okay. So for those of you who emailed me a few days ago asking, am I on the right track? I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. I got back to you. If, however, you emailed me like late last night or early this morning, basically with a day when we've had a whole week to be doing this, shame on you. Time management. Easy to say. I'll tell you a quick story. I was teaching a class a million years ago, something about like college success skills, basic things. And I was going to show a video on time management, but I didn't have time to preview it. And so I showed it in class and it was horrible. It was awful. So I get it. Time management. It's tricky. But, so I'm not going to respond to you if you're reaching out kind of at this later stage about are you on the right track? Are you doing the right thing? I want you to just try it. Maybe you'll totally blow the question and you'll get 0. But let's pretend the grade isn't going to happen or doesn't matter. And we can pretend that because here's the deal. I'm not going to tell you the answers at this point, right? You need to be proactive about getting into the course and doing the work in a really timely way. So even if you do have problems, you can reach out to me, blah, 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 the same speech. Okay, so post your thing, right? Do your best. Maybe you kind of know it's wrong, but you're just going to do it anyways. And that will let you then read other people's and do the reply part. And here's the deal. I basically won't grade your initial post if you make it clear that you don't want me to, that you're just going to take a stab at it, do your best, and then, here's the condition. What I will grade is a kind of reflection post that you have to do after the fact, once you've been able to read other people's posts. And if you read enough of them, and I've read enough of them already, that some people really get it. They totally, they saw those differences, they were able to think about them as an aggregate whole and connect them to major themes in the work. And it's sort of cool. It's sort of surprising. What you'll see is that what you thought wasn't there really is there. And instead of me just telling you the answer, I want you to kind of, try, maybe fail, God forbid, and then discover the answer or sort of be led down that pathway by your fellow classmates by reading their answers. So again, if you're totally swimming with this assignment and really not quite sure, then just post that, okay? I won't grade it as your assignment. What I will grade is, because you're going to say in your post, don't worry everybody, I totally don't get it, but I will do a follow-up reflection that will talk about, I didn't get it, but now after reading so-and-so's post, name the people, give them credit, I now understand that whatever difference is connected with this theme, so you have that kind of enlightenment. And again, I think it's sort of cool when it's not just an easy thing to do, or I just tell you what the answer is, or I don't know, whatever, that you struggle a bit. I know, We're not allowed to do that in school because we always get punished for it, which is BS. I think it's important that we have to work hard for things, but then we have the opportunity to not just be told what the answer is, then we haven't learned anything beyond like some trivia, but that we have the opportunity to reflect on us not getting the answer, but then learning from, especially from peers, and then getting the answer. Okay, does that make sense? So if you don't get it, and I'm not responding to your last minute email a little bit. Shame, shame. You have to do the assignment still. Maybe you're going to do it wrong. Maybe you're going to fail. Maybe you're going to get a 0, but you're not really getting a 0 because you have the opportunity to follow up with this sort of reflective moment, explaining that I've now read other posts. I now really like this one and this one. I'm citing these people that had really good ideas, so now I get it. And that's what I'll grade. So you're going to like, fail isn't the right word in terms of a grade, but it is the right word in terms you try something and you don't do it perfectly the first time. That is okay in life. It doesn't feel great, right? And I'm not lecturing you as someone who was not you guys a number of years ago, okay? The reason I teach honors and I like that format is because I was an honor student too. I was in the same boat. What's my grade? What's my grade? Points, points, points. I don't blame you for it. That's sort of how the education system is built. But there should be opportunities where we get to try something and blow it and then reflect on what we learned from that experience. And that's what I'm going to offer to people who need it at this point. Again, there's lots of folks that I'm seeing on the discussion board who totally get it. They really, put the pieces together in a pretty convincing way. And I think for those of you who aren't getting it this time around, you'll be able to see that when you see some of those other posts, and then you can reflect on that learning experience. And that's what I care about. If you're still confused or just unsure, you can email me, but I'm not going to give you the answer. Okay, I got to run to class and teach some people about poetry. I'll talk to everyone later.